Hey, let's make a card game. We are making a card game, and while I'm absolutely doing other things, we can do this. I think so. Yes, sure. Let me play through it while I casually check and make sure the feed is good. So, we're making a tabletop card game sort of thing, and if you can imagine, you're looking down on a table. Two players, one on either side, and I start round one, and you are one of these players, and you look at your cards. See how it works? See how this is going to work? You can check out your cards. I have this card. I have that card. Well, they're silly names of entities or creatures that could go into battle. So, Sonic Starling, Drain Shield. Yeah, they're pretty silly names. The point is, while we develop the game, the mechanics of the game, and eventually start playing with more of the rules of the game, um, I don't mind that it looks ugly. It's long and the short of it. But I'm going to pick some cards. I'm going to put some cards on the table. In round one, we have three cards on the table. So I can imagine I might put one here, put another one over here, put another one here. Cool, let's go. Battle. Okay, those actually weren't the cards that are going to be played, but you can see how they are now on the table and they go into battle. When they touch, they're going to combat. Okay, so there is some of this that is working because we've developed it, and some of this we haven't developed it yet. So it's not working. It's sort of makes sense. Um, Parts that are working are the battling bit, this whole view looking down on the cards, and as they battle, they're eliminated and such. And one of the players can win, like player two just won round one, and we go to round two. Some parts we're still developing, like this view, which we have a lot of it. We do have five more cards. We have the cards we did not put down on the table, and now we can put down some more. Wow, some of these cards are awful. I'm not using these. But I'm going to pick my cards, and I'm going to put four down on the table this time. Wow, these are all terrible, but I'll do this one for sure. And, I mean, actually, these weren't bad compared to the other ones. But I'm going to put four down on the table now, right? And I'll leave these three just in case it goes into overtime. I won the last round. I'm going to try and win this round. And I don't know. These might be the ones that are in place. What I'm trying to get to is one piece that hasn't been implemented yet, and so doesn't actually work, is which card I placed on the table correlating to these cards that are actually on the table. It looks like I did because I made it look that way, but that's not actually what's happening yet. So today, I want to do that. We have the ability to place cards on the table now. Yay, we've been working on that. This means because I can place it in a particular lane, these are four lanes right here, and a particular attack position. This one was in the last attack position, so it's going to come into battle last. I can place these cards in different formations. So far, it's been a set formation, and that hasn't worked yet. Hey, we're going into overtime. But the way that I envision it might be good, might be, don't know. We're still working on it. I'm developing enough of the game to find out if this is good, but I have a feeling, if I just take, if I have the ability to place cards in different attack positions in different lanes, I can have my own formation. I'm very much forcing this echelon or diagonal formation right now, just to demonstrate. But I would like this to be your own custom formation going into battle in overtime, trying to win. And this formation is part of your strategy. The picking of the cards is part of the strategy. The whole thing, right? I want all of this to be a part of the potential tactics that players use in order to win. So that's what we're going to work on today because I know I have the ability to place the cards. I need to replace this set diagonal formation, which I was just using for testing. I need to replace it with the actual custom formation players could use. I think very soon after that, we're going to be talking about how do I get the opponent player to do something else as well, because have not talked about the AI of the other player yet, but I do want an AI for at least testing purposes, if not an actual option for a single player version of this game. Each time we do this, we get a little bit further along, and what we are working towards is a place where we can really play with different rules of the game to make it more fun. Playing with the rules of the game, changing rules of the game and seeing which is more fun. That's what we're working toward, because while it looks like there's lots of pieces of this game kind of working and looking cool, well, no, this looks like junk. This is terrible. This is really ugly. Hey, we lost. Instead, we're going to make it look great, of course. But I need to know how we're going to build it. And that's what we're doing now. We are spending time figuring out how we are going to build each of these features we would like to see in the game. And then we're going to rebuild it. No joke. We're going to rebuild this game, not from scratch, because of course we know how to build these things. We're just going to use them. But we're going to definitely make it look better. We're going to be going through a process of, as I say, changing rules to see what plays better. So we're going to have the best chance of having a really good game because we've been so flexible with the potential for changing the rules of the game as we go forward. The only problem with this method of working is that you need to continue building pieces in order to get to the point you can play. Until you can get to the point where you can change the rules and see which is more fun, see which is more fair, see which is more challenging, etc. There are a number of large rule changes in place. We have some idea of different things that we can do to make the game more fun, more challenging, more fair, etc. So we're coming close because this is mechanically close to that place where we can do all that stuff. Then we can do all that stuff and change different rules and test in different ways to see what's cool. We will then have a really functional prototype of our game, a test of our game in full that we can rebuild, make it look good, call it done. It's about a month of work so far, building this from scratch, and frankly, just, hobby, so it's part-time. But as we go forward, step by step, we keep getting a little bit closer to that space that's going to be really fun and exciting. Let's play in the engine. Here's the game engine. This is exactly what I was just doing, but I'm going to do it from this view now to show where we're at, because it might be a little difficult to see with my avatar in the way, but what I'm hoping for is I can grab a card and place it on the table. So these lanes and these card positions are already here. Last time I was talking about how I was going to manage the data, or I was wondering how I was going to do that, really. Well, I think since I had some time away from it and just idly thought about it, I think I actually have all the data. Like, in a very real way, the card positions, or at least the cursor positions that you see here, these purple outlines, this is the data I need for the formation. Of course, this makes it look like it's in the right place, but I think I can actually use it not just to place the cards, but as the formation of battle, like literally treating these like soldiers going into battle, and use their position on the table as a real way to determine how they're going to meet the other cards on the other side of the table. They're going to head towards the center, and I think this is appropriate. I think this is going to work. I do kind of want to verify that that is actually, because this looks really close to the center. Now I'm looking at this, I'm wondering if that is exact. But I know we've been looking at the lane positions and stuff, and these are correct. So I'm actually feeling pretty good about this idea. I think we have all the data we need to make formations happen. So let me see. If I play this again, I'm going to pay attention to what happens on the table. As you can see, I'm kind of manipulating the camera and the table as it looks like we're going to one side of the table, and then we come to this view where it looks like we're looking straight down. Well, don't be too confused. We're actually looking straight out. Whatever, it's a long story, but the point is, I think it's good that these positions are the ones that we're going to be going for. See, this looks like it's further away from the center line. Huh. This card is at 3.5 in X. Huh. Is that where this other card was? And in table view. Okay, so I'm going to observe this in the engine closely because I'm making an assumption and I need to verify that before I move forward. Is this at 3.5 from the center? Let's see. What I'm looking for is this cursor item and whether or not this purple thing is actually in the same spot. It looks awfully close to that center line. And I'm really thinking it is not in the right place. It says 3.5. Oh, in X, right. But in these numbers here. Yeah, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is I think it's correct in terms of positioning on the lane, and then the difference between the attack position values is correct, but I think they're all just too far forward. Okay, I know where to fix that. I swear I do. Okay. Give me 1 second while I check something. Okay, good. So the script I'm going to look at to modify the place where I set these positions of the purple square cursors. That's what I'm concerned about right now. It's clear this is way too far close. And I kind of wish I could see a one-to-one relationship between where these cards actually sit in the other view. This is table view. I call the other one card view, where it's basically looking down. I want a one-to-one relationship so I know exactly where these should be. And in fact, I need to sort of keep cards down on the table surface while it flips. This table view is really just a bunch of objects that sit in space that are holding cards, for example. But the table itself is here. Yeah. So I want to, you know what? I'm going to do this. While it's running, I'm going to go ahead and modify all this stuff. It's okay, because when I hit stop, everything resets to where it should be. It's fine. I think these things are even spawned, so it doesn't matter at all. But I would like to know if I were to lock that purple square on the table. Here's the purple square. Here's the table. I just did this. Oop. Oops. Oop. Okay, so now it's actually part of the table. In fact, I'm going to do that for all of them. If I did that and then asked this, let's see, table view, there we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted to put the, oh, you need to say dupli. Whoops. Whoops, I think I broke it because I did things. I did break it. How did I break it? All right, well, this appears to be the right place the cards need to be at when they actually turn over. Let me just visually mark that. It's right under this. So if I play this again, I expect to see the cards maybe start out further away, but end up right there. Yep, that is it. So the amount they need to move back is the amount they move forward. Done. I actually know what that is. This is the script that handles the battle, including moving up those cards. So let's look at this one. We haven't really touched this one in a while because we've done a lot of the combat scripting. It's been really about manipulating placement of cards on the table from the player's point of view, which is all handled with this script. So we'll come back here and we'll just look at this number. I'm pretty sure it's down here. Advanced cards. That's exactly where I want it to be. Good. That's the amount. They move forward a unit and a half. All right. So when I place the cards on the table, I'm using some math. There's the 1.5 I use for each card spacing. But the place where it starts to place these things is too far forward. Where is that? Yeah. I've got the mouse button down. I'm looking at the cards. This card is lifted all the way, is currently being inspected, so I can drag it onto the table. This is good. I have dragged it onto the table. Fiddly formatting. And I'm dragging it into place in lanes. That's this. And in attack positions, that's this. So one of these numbers is what I'm looking for. Okay. I'm rounding it to an integer so that I can lock it into a single position, like a single lane or a single attack position. The depth of each space, that's correct. However, I do need to change something here. Let's see, it starts from the mouse position, and based on how many cards I need to play, rounds it to an integer and spaces it out that far. But this must be the problem. So I'm going to say it starts from this number and then adds some changes based on which card I am playing. So I think I just need to subtract more. Actually, that's a good question. Do I need to subtract more? I think so. Well, I'm going to see if this just clears it up and gets it where it needs to be, because I know this is the amount. 1.5 either way. It's either this way or the other way. So careful observation, tracking the number, and then analyzing where the number must be. That gives me a good guess, and I've changed it, so I'm going to test that guess. Okay, this looks further back, so I'm going to call that good, actually. The real test, of course, is putting it there and doing the same thing I just did, because these numbers have been changed in order to place these purple squares in a better place. And it does appear to be further back from the center line. So I'm guessing it's exactly in the right place because I used the right number. But let's verify. I'll do the same thing I just did. Take these things, put them actually on the table surface, which is might be something I need to actually do going forward for the next step anyway. But now I will do playing. They are staying there. And that's correct. Gut. Sehr gut. Wunderbar. Now, I would like to... See? Step by step. One step at a time. So I did need to adjust that. And I didn't even know that was true till just now. But we test, we observe, we do better. Yeah? Improve. All right. Hey, if you're enjoying this stream, and why wouldn't you? Follow, because as I mentioned, it's been about a month of writing code and putting these pieces together and, putting together really ugly art to sort of make it look like something. But we're about to get to a place where we can change the rules of the game and dramatically change how it plays. An early version of the game had a terrible case where as soon as you won the first battle, the first skirmish in a particular round, you were almost guaranteed to win the entire game. So it was totally imbalanced. We immediately saw that and addressed it, but there's many other things that we are also observed and decoded some stuff and developed some things so that we can address other issues. Okay, so now the next thing is, just like this is, nice, there's a formation, it's a diagonal, and it attacks the other one. It's attacking the other one because they're close. I would like any card to attack its the one that it comes up against if it's close. So in the lane, go forward until you're this close to the enemy and then flip over. So this is demonstrating it because I hard-coded all of this. I'm going to say use the formation that we actually know now. And instead of just turning over these 1, 2, 3, which is what's hard-coded now, I'm going to say wait till something is actually close, and then it can enter the battle. There's other details to how the battle works that I definitely want to change. But like I said, one step at a time. We can't do it all at once. We have to do one step at a time. Okay, speaking of one step, I need to make sure that music is actually working, because music is good. Yeah. So we did change that number. It was good. Moved the cursor back, and that's fine. So what I assert is the number of cards we have to place on the table dictates how many of these little purple cursors, these purple squares, are going to be on the table, and that works. In fact, the spacing for lanes and attack positions already work. This is now an accurate representation of where the cards should be. So this could be a valid formation, and it should be. Instead of switching to the default formation, like it's going to do right now, I want it to keep that formation and have a diagonal going this way. Okay, this really should be nothing more than changing the position of these cards, but then I need to change the hard-coded thing that will turn over this top lane first. That is hard-coded. It's not because they got close. So I will do that second, and I will do the cards first. When I keep coming back to this view to play with this in the engine because it helps me understand what needs to happen in code. So, pardon me, while I think this through. Yeah, see, so I can leave that there, and that's something we did last time. I can leave that there. There is going to be a limitation. You can't have them in the same attack position, nor can you have them in the same lane. There will be a mechanism to make that happen later. But for right now, I just want the cards to stay there. In fact, I want these cards to be picked. And we already know them, actually. Oh, there's several things. I want to make sure the card that is here is actually picked, because it's not. Right now it's these 0, 1, 2. It's just picking the first 3 cards. So I actually want to say, no. Pick the cards that this script knows all about. This knows that I picked the this card, 0, 1, 2, 3, and put it right there. It knows that I picked the next card, 4, for this one, and then it knows I picked this 0, 1, 2, this third card here. So this data, this script knows all about it. It knows which one went where. It also is referring to these 3 objects, which they know exactly where these cards should sit on this table. Oh, those numbers are clean. I was a little worried there, but this actually looks right on. Good. I like it when math works. So, okay. I mean, what I want it to do, effectively, is this. Yeah, it's not going to stay correct, but this, yeah. Something like that. Yeah. I effectively want it to do that. Shoot. We do have an illusion in effect. When I switch this view, we are sort of ignoring the sloppy transition because I don't care right now. But the cards that we actually flip over are different cards. They've been spawned, they're put on this object here in the play field. But I like this view being able to follow how this plays. In fact, I would love it if these cards actually laid down. What would that look like? Again, I am playing in the engine because I want to be able to see what this looks like. If these were laying down, yeah, roughly like that, and then also, put on the table like that. That's pretty much what I want to see. As I hit do play, I want it to lay down at the same time it's sort of transitioning. Which would look kind of cool. Right, the formation is all wrong because it changed. Why is that a little bit off? That's odd. But story short, I think I should be able to say, lay these cards down. Ignore the garbage letters and numbers that are here. I'll turn them off. But that's the right formation that I laid down. This is the default formation. We can kind of see overlapping it. That would look good. Can I get that? These other cards that appear are extra. They're actually here. It's these cards here. I guess first things first. Which cards I actually lay down, I would like to be reflected here. And then I'm going to read the position of these things and have that inform where these should be. I got that. I can do that. Let's do the cards first, the position second, and I'll get this laying down transition thingy after that because that's lower priority, but also I actually want to play the cards I want to play. Yeah, lower priority. We have too much to do. It's just a matter of saying like what comes first, and so it's a very common thing. Okay. If I look at this script that is handling battle and the card pile, the hands of each player, and which cards they play, and then we do battle with it. Which cards they play is the important bit. I think I'm actually going to get rid of this, but cards to play is what I'm looking for. This is a series of cards that need to be laid on the table from your hand to the table. Round one, that's 3 cards. And the way that I'm doing it now is it's the first 3, that's hard-coded. I'm going to change that. I can change that based on what this script knows. The script knows cards in hand. That's not the one I wanted. Like a player. No. Which one did I want? Spect card. Here we go. Cards played. That's what I'm looking for. I normally group all the public and private variables. These are out of place, but that's okay. This is what I'm looking for. This is the data. And good thing it's public, actually. I might keep it public, actually. This is all temporary. I'm going to redo some of this stuff anyway, but right now, this could be informed, it should be informed by what is here. Cards played should give us this. In fact, I think it's 1-to-1, is it not? These are integers, it's an array. Yeah, totally. Cool, let's try that. I mean, if I were being thorough. There's cards played, and as I do a round and lay some cards down, it's initialized to -1, but I can do this. Now it's 3. Yeah, this is it. 2. It's going to be 0. Okay. which means I would like this card display to be 3, 2, 0. I can manually do this and effectively cheat, so I can test this, right? So I'm looking for, let's see, Lightning Toad, then Turtle Tank, and Growth Serum. Okay, sure, whatever. They are silly names, I'll tell you. Lightning Toad. Ooh. Turtle Tank. Yay. And then Growth Serum. So, I mean, it's exactly that data. I already have it. Cool. Growth Serum. Awesome. Let's do it. So I need to know, where do I, excuse me, where do I actually fill that data? Hello. There we go. So I can just search for the name. Everything's accessed by their name. This is auto config, and I am not going to do any more auto config for player 2. That is us. I am not, oh, I am going to. No, I don't need to do this either. Yeah. So this is doing 0, 1, 2. This is just, doing the first cards. But I don't need to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm going to just check through other times I set this or read it, just to be sure. Okay, yeah, it's good. So I will do this. This is called Table Flipper or Flipper. I think, yeah, Flipper. Cool. Give me cards played. Perfect. This is player 2's cards. And I would like to set P2 cards to play. To that. Yeah. I mean, is it that simple? I don't know. I'll just keep the cursor here, save, test it, find out. Here we go. Keeping an eye on this. It says -1 right now. Oh, it says -1 right now. Right. The time that I do this is early. This is when I do round, right? Yeah, totally. Okay, not good enough. Tell you what, I will cut that. I will keep this default thing in place, basically for safety, just in case what I test goes totally sideways. Transfer cards from player hands into play. Yes, please. And then clear the cards to play. So actually, this is using that variable that I need to set. I'm just going to go grab this right now. Grab cards played from Table Flipper. Table Flipper is the name of this other script. Just go grab that. Player 2. All right. So that's used just before I need it, just in time, and that's good. Okay, try it again. That's why we test, yeah? So it will look wrong to begin with. It's just filled in with this default data again, but I will change this. And there we go. So now when I say do play, this should change. I think it did. It did, and then it immediately cleared it. I forgot. So, shoot. I guess I need to actually read the names. All right. Try it again. It probably did work, but I need to actually verify it before I go forward. So I need to remember that Flash Rabbit is first. Alter Flare is second, and Powder Keg is third. So it's not 0, 1, 2. It's going to be something else, but then immediately it's going to clear it because it uses it and clears that array right now. So it's already gone. I can't see it. But we should see Flash Rabbit. Yay! So this is already looking good. Alter flare, good. So we have the data. We are using it now. Gut. Sehr gut. Powder keg. All right, so we can set which cards we want to play, and that is looking great. And I won the battle. Cool. I guess I should just keep testing while I think about the next step. The next step would be this is Flash Rabbit again. What? Oh, that is wrong. It can't be saying Flash Rabbit again. I'm literally going to show you Flash Rabbit is in the discard pile. Correct? Yeah. It was in battle. In other words, this is good that I tested to find a different place I need to change this. It's great that I have the data and I can play those cards. But apparently, something else is going on to mix up what is left over in the hand in player 2. Because I did this, I skipped something important. That looks suspiciously familiar. Do I do this twice? No, just once. It's right there. Okay. So at the end of do the round, I configure this. That's what it was. Well, now at the beginning of the next thing, do play, I grab the cards. What's wrong with this? I don't understand what's wrong with this. This alone should be taking cards from the hand. So what's the problem? What? It should be taking cards out of the hand based on this array, which... Oh. I want to know what's going on right here. I would like... Can I print the entire array? Is that okay if I do that? Let me do that. I guess so. Good. It's probably just a string of numbers, but I want to make sure it's the numbers I expect. I want to know what it thinks these numbers are before it uses them. I'm pretty sure it is correct. And I'm just verifying that before I move on and look for the place where this problem happened. Just want to verify that that part of the code is doing what I think it's doing before I start looking for a problem elsewhere. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll just say 3 and 2. So 4, 3, 2 is the numbers we're looking to see. And that, so instead of 0, 1, 2, it'll be 4, 3, 2. But I need to see that here in the output as I say do play. Oh, it's not giving me. Just all right. Still, I want to know what these cards are. And I can't tell if it's... I can't tell what the index are. Darn. Okay, I'm going to not clear it. I'll tell you that. I need to see this data, and I'm not seeing it either here or here, so I'm going to just keep it around. This is not working for me, but I wanted to see, so I'm just going to prevent it from clearing that so I can see what it was working on. all I was doing in the script is making sure that as I move cards from, say, the deck of cards here into the hand, into the cards on the table, as I do that, I actually remove it from where they were, so they're only in one place. Because of that, this array is going to disappear, but I just told it, please don't disappear, just stick around. So I want it to say 4, 3, 2, not 0, 1, 2. 4, 3, 2. That's good. Okay, good. Well, that verifies that this is doing what I think it's doing. Okay, so I'll just undo that. So let me study the problem again, because I saw a problem. I saw that as I had cards in the hand here, I can kind of ignore this. I know this is going to work out well. I'm going to keep an eye on the cards in the hand. For example, let's inspect these 5 cards that I have in round 1. I got Snare Squirrel, Fear Kestrel, Cougar Gun, Flash Rabbit, and Rock King. Well, I'm going to use these last ones, Rock King, Flash Rabbit, and Cougar Gun. I'm going to use these. I'm keeping Snare Squirrel and Fear Kestrel here in my hand. I'm using these 3. But that's not what I saw a second ago. So I need to keep very close eye on this. Right now I have these 5. Some of these are going to go onto the table here. Let's follow them as they go from here to here. So Flash Rabbit should have been one of the ones that I played, not one of the ones that I kept. Flash Rabbit and Rock King are still technically in my hand. That is incorrect. In other words, I just made 2 cards disappear. I think I can read them right here. Snare Squirrel and Fear Kestrel. They were the 2 that were made to disappear. So, in the process of transferring cards from here to here, that process must be wrong. It must be. While I've been testing with a set first 3 cards, apparently that's not good, because it caused me to miss this. So I'm going to look very carefully at this function. What's left in the hand is actually wrong. Whoops. So I'm going to go look at this other script that handles shuffling and dealing cards. Let's go look at it. I've narrowed down where the problem must be. Shuffle. This script is meant to handle the card data, like shuffling and dealing. And dealing is what we're talking about here, because that's what I do. Oh, I'm playing cards, sorry, not deal. Dealing alternates where the cards go. Play cards is what I meant. All right. I want to just see, obviously, where the problem is. In this case, I call the function and I say false because it's for player 2. Sorry, am I saying false for player 2? Really? Why? Oh, because I want to name the resulting deck that is what they have played. Okay, no big deal. This is what it should be taking in, and I think that is what it actually played. This comes out correct based on this, and so that's fine. It's this result that's awful. Oh, and I think I can see why. So the output of this should be, so I take it in, manipulate it, and the output of this whole function goes right back to the hand. So it's the output of this function that is incorrect here. So it comes from a temporary deck. Technically, every hand, every pile is a deck. So I make a temporary deck. I'm going to make it equal to the hand to start with, and I manipulate it, and so the problem is somewhere right here. Let's find it. Just to verify, this is setting up a deck. That is making cards that should be played. Oh, wait, what's this? What's that? Wait a minute. This is play. And this out keyword means that I'm feeding it into this function, but that I'm actually manipulating it in the function so it can be read afterwards, like output. Here's where I'm manipulating. I start with nothing, but I say, now look at the cards and go ahead and make a brand new length of cards. Go through the cards in your hand. Zero, one, two, etc. The length of cards we need to put on the table. Grab that. The index of, oh, right, to play, right? That is actually correct. And that's why that came out correct. Okay. Thank you. Just needed to verify this part up here. Yeah, my problem is here, between this and this. Okay, so I've narrowed it down to here. The issue is the cards left over in this hand include cards that should have been, well, it removed the wrong cards and kept the wrong cards. So let's look at that. Make a temporary deck that will be the hand that is got the leftover cards. It will be that. For now, it's empty, and then we say, yeah, make some brand new cards that is equal to what was in the hand minus those that we played. In other words, if I had 5 minus 3, there should be 2 left. Yes, so 2 cards. Okay, and so now it's between here and here. We're getting close. For each of those cards that should be left in the hand, hold on, is that right? Actually, no. Should be the cards that are left to do. Oh, I'm doing this twice. Oh, I'm going through twice. Okay. For each of the cards that are in my hand, some of them had been played, but find, like, assume we didn't find it, but then go through the ones we just played. Go through the ones we just played because we want to remove it. This is making sense. I have cards in my hand, and going through each one of them, I look to see if I have played it. And so I say, okay, I did not find it. Now let me look. And I look through each of the ones I played. Now, if I do find it, if through each of the one I see that there's a match, then I did find it. I wonder if I should be breaking here, actually. kind of need to. It should only break out of this and not that. But if I did not find it looking through all of these, that means it is left over in the hand, and therefore cards at that value should equal the current card in my hand, which is here. This looks correct. Whoops. So it has to, the problem has to be here, and yet I can't find the problem because this sounds right. Start with the hand. Remake all the cards where the length is smaller. That part works. Now we're going to assign each of those leftover cards to a card that exists in the hand as long as we don't find it. As long as we do not find it in here. I have a feeling this condition is wrong, not because it's not supposed to find an equal, but because I'm not accessing the right thing. In other words, I'm saying give me that card by asking hand.cardsI. And I'm assigning it to temp.cardsCount. Yet I'm not doing any of that here. So I have a feeling that's what's wrong. If I'm looking at the cards to play, this is an index. It's a series of integer indexes. In other words, I might be saying this instead. So that's a number. But so is this. In other words, I think I just got confused. Hand dot cards. Oh. Cards to play is an index of the cards in the hand. That's how this works. Cards to play. That's it. That's what I want. Actually, that's exactly what I want. This. Okay, now I need to sort of remember. Hold on. Why is this still wrong? I'm going to remember what was here, so I don't lose that. But I have a very strong feeling what's up is these numbers are I'm just getting confused as I try to find. I'm going through each of the cards to play. This is an array of integers, and so what I'm trying to get to is an integer that is an index to this thing. Index to that thing. Oh, it is that. I think that might be it. I'm going to try. After a bit of waffling around and fumbling, I'm going to just go for it as a best guess, because at this point I have tried in my head a few different ways that I think it might work. This is now my best guess. No matter what, I kind of need to test it and see it actually working. No matter what. And so I'm looking again for it to transfer from hand to play. I'm going to put these cards in reverse order, so it's these three. Ballistic Lion, Counter Shiv, Flying Shark. These cards should now go down here. What's left should be Mirror Wolf and Rail Boots. All right. Okay. Just because I'm neurotic, I'm not going to take that one test. I need to do another one. I'm pretty sure that is correct, but I don't mind taking an extra moment. Okay. Now it's these three in this order. Unending Swarm, Flash Monkey, and First Light, which is 0, 2, 3, leaving Stonefall and Tidal Cannon when I do this. There we go. Okay, good. Okay, so I grabbed a different set and got good results. So I think that's correct. Just to verify, I was trying to say when I go through this index of cards in my hand, I should compare it to the cards to play, which is an array of numbers which are indexes of the cards in hand. So when I say I'm actually directly addressing a card in my hand. That is an index, and so is this. So these are equal. That is correct. Okay, I'm satisfied until it breaks. So, gosh, how come I never saw that problem until now? Well, because I was hard coding a test where I just took the first numbers, 0, 1, 2. It just so happens that works great. In that case, to always pick the same numbers. All right. Long story short, I think I got cards. I can look through my cards and put Doom Garden down first. I can decide Ballistic Lion should go second, and I'll put Unstoppable Force third. I'm not looking at the stats at all. I don't care. But Doom Garden, Ballistic Lion, and Unstoppable Force are in play. Counter Shiv and Mirror Wolf are left over. And so when I go into round 2, I'll still have Counter Shiv and Mirror Wolf, even though I totally died. There we go. So those are Counter Shiv and Mirror Wolf for the first 2, and the rest are perfect. Yeah, that script that I was just playing with handles shuffling and stuff, but the main script that handles the battle and which cards are actually in my hand is what I was caring about the most. And the results are good. Huzzah. So I have got the step where I can pick the cards that I want. Yay. At this point, feeling good about that. I mean, this can all look so much better, but I don't care about that now. Immovable object first, Mirror Wolf second, etc., etc., etc. So now I want to actually take the position of the cards. I'll make it look good better. I'll make it look better later, but I would like to see the formation reflected in the way the cards are laid on this view. Unfortunately, I'm not going to see a difference in which cards go to battle first because that is still hard-coded. That'll be a step after this. Good. I can get this to look good. Hey, we tied it up. So, in other words, I'm going to be able to get, the next step is going to be something like, I want to make something cool like a formation like, this, maybe. You know, a very, very, very custom formation, right? And then when I do this, even though this transition will still look ugly, I want these cards to be placed in that way. I think I have that data, so let's do it. It's this script that actually does that, right? Where am I? Need to familiarize myself with this. This is fine. Need to familiarize myself again with this script because it is the big one. And I've been working on the other one for a while. Oh, let's see. I place the cards. Is this I'm just looking if there sometimes I put the interface stuff at the bottom. This is interface stuff, but that's like the buttons. Okay. Spawning the card. This is actually making the card object. But I call this just before I place it. So where is that? It is here. Okay. that was already there. So this is putting the player one's cards on the table. Those are the ones we see when we're looking straight down. Here's the player two cards. I really do need to not duplicate code, but at this point I don't care. It's fine. Okay. See, look at this. To do, change this to reflect the attack position and lane. See, that's why I put to do items in my code. It's to call it out and help me find them. Yep, both of these actually need that, but I only have player two right now. All right, and what I'm doing is, as I go through each of the cards that are on the table, I start from a position and I start moving it back based on the attack order. Attack order, 0, 1, 2, puts them in the right position on the table. And so I get a position, space it out, do the algorithm, and then place it. That's placing it. So between here and here. Cool. Awesome. So instead of doing this hard-coded yada yada, I need I kind of do have these numbers, but not in this order. I'm realizing I have, because this is just taking the cards in order and then saying, okay, place the first one up front, second one a little bit farther back. That's what the spacer does. And that's the algorithm. Well, yeah, that's great because I know that first one is first, second one is second, and I'm just going through 1, 2, 3. So that's all straightforward. The problem I'm realizing just now is that while I do have the positions of the formation I want, I'm wondering if I actually know these cards played are telling me which cards are in which cursor. These formation cursors. But neither of these is necessarily saying which card is up front. I may need to sort them. Oof. I don't know if that's that terrible. I'm just was hoping for the simple. Of course it's not. the resulting array that I want here in the cards that are on the table to play, I absolutely want to be well, I was about to say I absolutely want them to be in the attack order. You know, the first one attacks first. I was about to say that, but I'm realizing that's not necessarily true. Wow, am I about to pull out the tablet? Yeah. Here's what's up. Yeah. Here's what's up. When I place these cards on the table, everything is fine. I'm getting cards on the table in the place I want them, in the lane I want them, in the attack order I want them. Sort of embedded in that is the idea that the attack order is simply the place where they sit on the table. So I might like that. I might like it to be like this, with that one up front, this one in the back, and this one somewhere in the middle. And I might place this one first, and I might place this one second, and I might place this one third. This was really convenient while I was testing, but I could just as easily place this one first. This is not attack order. Yet the first cursor is here. Maybe the second cursor's over here. Who knows? And the third one's over here. And so this order of the cursor doesn't help. I cannot reliably say which one is in the right attack order yet. Shoot. Because what I need to do now is, although I know which cards they are, I'm trying to get to a position, and right now it hard codes to this because I want 1, 2, 3. It is these. This set order has been here for testing. Now I'm saying this 1 has represented the lead attack position. It's also represented the first lane, and oh, by the way, it was also the first card that is placed down. So it's like a happy, convenient set of data that is just not necessarily what the player wants to do. I need to say, player puts a card on the table. It might be the first card they place down on the table, so it's the first cursor, or it might be the third, who knows, or fifth, or whatever. And it might be up at the front. It might be in this lane. Who knows? I need to know all of this at the same time. I need to know which... I need to know the card... sorry, not hand. I need to know the card index. I need to know the... See, this is where I was like last time, where I said, oh, there's some data I need to figure out. And then at some point over the course of the last couple of days, I had an epiphany that maybe I don't need it. Am I running into the exact same epiphany? If this cursor already knows which card that's attached to the cursor, I already know that. And this cursor is in a place that tells me which lane it's in and the attack position because it has a position. It's the cursor. It's already in place, so to speak. I can just translate its position for attack order and lane. I think that's true. As long as this card data is on the cursor. Okay, sorry, I needed to sketch that out to really think that through, but I think that's actually exactly the thought I had last couple of days. Oh, welcome to the mind of a designer. Okay, so the and developer. The question is, I started going down the road of trying to track this data in separate places. I think this is attack order and which card, and this is which lane and which card. But I might not need to do that at all if, as I suspect, this cards played is referring to specific cursors that already exist. This cursor right now is in place and has a position for the lane and the attack position. When I do this, I know exactly where it should be. This will tell me it's in the first lane. This will tell me it's in the first attack order. So that's already there. And although this is just an object, it is referred to right here. So I also know I'm looking at card index 1, 0, 1. So this is all there. All the data is there. Because if I take another card out, it's filling the second slot, and it doesn't matter that it's in the third lane or which attack position or anything. So these 1, 2, 3 refers to 1, 2, 3. So I do have a reference to which card, and I have a reference in the same place. I can look up the attack lane and attack position right here. So I have to use the formation cursor to do that in conjunction with this data. And actually, I probably need to transfer parenting just like this through the code. Partially because I want the cursor to stay there, but I really need these numbers. That's like what I really need. I think it's Y. Is it Y or is it Z? Yeah, it's Y. Z does nothing. So it's these numbers, the local X and local Y position of each formation cursor, 1, 2, 3, refers to 1, 2, 3, so I know which card it is, which lane and attack position done. I just need to transfer those over. Oh, good. So, go do that here. No. This cards in play, that will be Oh, interesting. When I do this, the cards that are in my hand and then go into the play deck. Interestingly, they're in this order, and they stay in that order regardless of how I lay them down. So I'm going to lay this down in the opposite order. And it doesn't matter. Rock, King, Snare, Squirrel, and Hyperdrive are going to be laid down in that order down here, even though it's opposite, and the attack order is opposite. True? Oh, not true. Really? Oh, no, but that's not attack order. You know what that is? That's the order in which I placed them on the table, which is totally irrelevant. Absolutely irrelevant. Let me test that theory. I will do this one down here. Sorry. Hello? 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 How did I break this? What happened? Stop. 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 There's some other bug. I don't want to pay attention to another bug right now. Okay, instead of me putting down this one first, that I'm going to do it the other way. This should show me these laid down in that order. Sonic title counter. Sonic title counter, yeah. So, yeah. This reflects the order in which I put them on the table, which does not matter at all. Now, I think they're yeah, it doesn't matter at all. What I need is these numbers to tell me exactly where they should sit on the table, and then I will work with it. So for a while, this is actually going to turn over the wrong cards at the wrong order, but I will fix that. This is where I place those cards. And unfortunately, I take them one at a time in that arbitrary order. Shoot. Darn it. In other words, this card that I'm looking at has an index. I literally need to go look at this array and find which of these has that index. So that I can refer to the correct formation cursor. So it can tell me the correct placement. Oh, that's a pain. I need another function. I'm going to make a separate function to just handle this, and I will call it from here. So I guess I should make it here, even though all the data is over here. No, I think I need to call that. Okay. So this is change this to reflect blah, blah, blah. Yes, sir. I will do that. Hey, Flipper. Can you give me the blah, 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 blah? What am I looking for? The... I want an X and Y position. I actually want a whole vector, don't I? Yes, I do. I do, actually. I kind of want this. I mean, it's going to figure out all of this for me. So I actually want to say something on the order of... Ooh, wow. C transform local position. That's exactly right. Local position equals the output of some function that I have not written yet. Let me go write this function right now, but I'm going to call it, what am I going to call it? Give me the cursor position. Yes. Formation. Yeah. Capitalize it. Position. There we go. And this is based on the index of a card that is in play. Well, it's basically the index of a card. Oh, but that actually refers to what was in the hand. Gosh darn, are you serious? It does. Wow. Because at this point, I only know the cards that are in my hand, and I'm so referring to them literally 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 50 cards, thank you. So it's not actually a representation of the specific card. Oof. So I need to say, I'm going to have to come back here. I know I'm going to call it from here. It's going to give me a position, and then I'm going to be done. Okay, fine. But hey, table flipper, you got to have a new function. You have all the data. Let's use it. Where are you? This is at the end. Oh, there's... Really? Oh, no. I am doing things with the interface. There we go. Okay. New function, please. It is a public function because I am going to call it from another script. And I do want to return a vector 3 because it's going to give me the local position. It is the formation position, please. Yes. Now there's some input that I need for sure. But I am going to return a vector. Return vector. Cute. So this is empty right now. Actually, let's just say vector 0. That's fine. I need to know what this is. In fact, let me be explicit because I'm going to forget what's going on. This is formation position. This finds the local position of this card on the table. Roughly. Returns local vector 3. Based on formation cursor. Okay, so I am going to use these formation cursors, which is an array of objects. Yes. Those purple rectangles on the table are what I'm going to use to get the vector 3 numbers. And it relates to cards played. That's why I'm asking this script to do the work. What does it need to know? Like, what input does it need to give the right output? Could be that I need to provide, is this player 1 or player 2? I guess. I mean, literally, this table flipper script is only dealing with player 2, so for now I'm just going to assume player 2 for now. That's fine. And now I'm saying, right, I am placing cards on in position, based on an index of cards that used to be in the hand, frankly. Round 1, there's 5 cards in your hand. Round 2, there's 7. Round 3, there's 8. So these are numbers between 0 and 7, which is a little confusing, but it comes from and is very consistent as it travels from deck to hand to play into battle and discard. So it's tracked in that way. When I place cards on the table, it knows that index. Cool. And just to sanity check that those numbers stay exact. Looking at these numbers here, cards to play, for example. I mean, yes. So 0, 1, 2 is literally like the index of the cards that are actually in the hand. And it stays that way. So when it comes down here, oh, it stays that way during this phase. That's what's up. So here I am trying to put player 2 cards on the table. In other words, the script has really been only dealing with this part of the game at all. So what am I doing though? I'm asking for these numbers to change. The cards that go into play are going to come from which, well, right now it's the order in which I lay these things down, which is not exactly correct, but when I hit play, that's what happens. The order in which I laid these down fills in here, here, and here. These index numbers here refer to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what these index numbers are about. So this is literally going to be 4. And I think 3, 1. Which is arbitrary just in the way that I laid it down. What I really want to know, though, when I get to this point, is that as I look at these cards that are in play, literally now this, that I know which one this refers to in the formation cursor that I had. Did I just lose that? I think I just lost that connection. Shoot. Thinking this through, and I'm trying to access data at this point, and I wonder if I still have access to it. Because, I mean, yeah, I cleared this, but I don't care. Actually, maybe that's something I should do, is not clear it. Because literally I say, give me that. Oh, I do it down here. Shoot. Where do I do that? I do it just before I use it, right? Yeah, right here. The reason why I might not want to clear this, now I was doing it just to test before, but the reason why I might not want to clear it now is because I probably need to associate this position of this cursor positioned on the table, that's lane and attack order, associate that with this number. That number 1 sitting right here at this first spot refers to this first formation cursor and its lane and attack position. So here is the card. Here is the lane and attack position. I need to refer to 1, 2, or 3 to actually get an association between the card 1, 2, 3 and its attack position 1, 2, 3. And I think that means it would be good to retain this data. Oh, I didn't lay down on my cards. Oops, I think I messed up. This might not work. I may have broken it. It's okay. Yeah, I think I broke it. Let me see if that's true. If I keep this around, I might be able to say, as I look through these cards to play, I could place those cards. Because I can look at I'm trying hard not to be confused by the fact that everything I'm accessing is just an integer. It's a single digit number. And it refers to completely different things. And I think I've got it tracked. It's just I need to be extremely careful because I am referring to different things and I'm told but it's in the wrong order. Okay. I do need to associate cards with cursors. Cursor positions give me attack order and lane, so that's good. As long as I can associate the cursor with a card. This is card index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So this is the first cursor and the second cursor. So this is why it would be good to retain this data because the arbitrary nature of me throwing cards down in different order can be disentangled. Okay. This one down first, this one down second, this one down third. Totally odd order. But it's disentangled because I know this refers to card 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's over here. And this is also referring to the first formation cursor. Wait. Make sure that's right. This is, oh yeah, that's right. Yep. Okay. So, Lion Shark. 0, 1, 2, 3. 3. First one twice. So that all makes sense. That's how I can disentangle it, even though I laid these down in an odd order. I can say, hey, table flipper, You know that formation cursor you got, index 1, 2, or 0, 1, 0, 1, 2? Yeah, it is referring to a particular card that I want. And I need to know its position. So I say, hey, table flipper, that's this script. Can you find me the position? Oh, this is it. This is it. This is it. Can you find me the position of this card? Card number 3. Okay. Card number 3. And so I look through this array and say, oh yeah, that's the first one. That's here. There's the numbers. That's what this script can do. Do I know which number to ask for? 3, 1, 2. Do I know that number? Good question. Because this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these numbers kind of make sense. So do these numbers. Now when I transfer this to play, I may have lost that information. You know, effectively 3 cards are going to move down here, so like there is no index 3. But you know, perhaps I should simply ask for the card itself. Card name might be best. Might be the most reliable, might be the easiest to track. Problem is, when I move all this around, when I move 3 of these cards into this deck and on the table, there's 2 that are left over. There's 3 here, but I've been referring to them by these index numbers, which assumes all 5 are in the same group. They are not. They're in 2 separate groups. So by the time I say, give me the position it should be in, this script knows a number that might be completely irrelevant. But I could say, yeah, cards played, whatever. Go find the actual name and save that, please. That way, when I ask you for the position of a particular card that's on the table, just by name, it will actually refer to, I will be able to use that data to say, oh yeah, you mean formation cursor number 1, it's there. Okay. So yeah, there is an issue here. I need a little extra data here because I'm going to say, give me a card. I'm actually saying, I'm going to ask for a card. And I want a position. That's what I'm actually going to do. That's the easiest thing in the world, I think. I say that now. I mean, yeah. Um, oh, I got 5 minutes. I don't know why I'm doing this, but yeah, actually, this is it. I would like to fire up some music. Does this work if I do this? I'm just taking a wild guess. Hey, there you go. Yeah. So I'm going to ask for a position, and I'm going to do so. Sorry, not there. What's this? Ooh, this is some old code that I have been, I apparently abandoned. What's up with that? I did it on both though. Interesting. Should I clean this up? I should. Uh, you know, let's clean that up, please. This looks similar, but is wrong. Oh, I'm checking out Battle Lane. That's what I'm doing. Ugh. So I started doing this stuff. Doggone it. Mm. Yeah, I don't want to use Battle Lane at all. I'm going to use this. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to ask for the card. Which card? Well, let's say I am spawning card. Yeah, that one. Yeah. So I know the exact card. I'm already spawning it. So I actually want that. So I'm going to call for that. What I need this to do now is go look through its data to address the card that it knows. Well, it doesn't know any cards right now. What it knows is formation cursors and these indexes of cards that were in hand. These are just numbers, not cards. But I could ask. Yeah, I can ask. Give me the card. So I know which one it is. I guess I'm going to make this private. Well, for now, I'm going to make it public, though. Like I said, I really don't want duplicate cards to exist anywhere, but I'm going to make an exception here while I test this. Okay, I need to make it a separate name. This has got to be cleaned up. I'm doing two things. Like it should just be one thing, but I'm going to do this now and I'll figure it out and I will untangle it. All right. At the moment I set this number, however, I can go ask for the card. So where do I set that? Let's see. I'm initializing it. And I set. No, I'm seeing if it is set. And I'm asking, and then I make it reset it. Now I'm setting it. Okay, I'm setting it to be the inspect card, and this is resetting it again. Is there any other place I set it? That's asking a question, not an assignment. That's comparing. Okay, so that's it. So there's only one place I need to worry about. It's right here. At the same time that I do this, I want this. Yeah, exactly the same. I want it to be the same. Really terrible. But this number refers to cards in hand, which actually is coming from this script's handling, it's the other big script. And I can just say, yeah, player 2 hand has cards. And of those cards, there is an index that is this. If I'm not mistaken, that's it. That should grab the actual card and hold it here in the script that handles all the other stuff that we know. It's a new array. Or in fact, I need to actually initialize it array. Right. When do I initialize that array? Here. So it looks exactly the same. I just don't worry about resetting it or anything. I don't worry about resetting it. I think that's true. I don't need to worry about resetting it there initially. However, if I am going to worry about when I do set it to something, I do need to worry about resetting it. Do I not? Oh, I'm quite certain I do. If I'm going to reset that, I want to reset this. That's not good enough. I can't do that. Can I do this? Of course I can. Which is not quite what I want, but it'll do. Okay. At least this is an array of cards. So when I say, yeah, give me the location of a particular card, I can actually go look through a bunch of cards. This is now looking through all of those cards, actual cards, not indexes. So when I give it a card to go find, I know. What I'm going to find is an index. It cannot be -1, so that'll tell me it failed. Which I guess is a thing I need to handle, but if it does find it, that one that I'm looking for here, if it does match one of the ones that's actually on the table, wait, card. What? Why is this? Oh, there is no way to compare these, but I do have a way around that. Go look for it by name, please. Because that is an identifier that is unique to each card. Okay, now, if that is true, then it has been found. Specifically, I found the index. It is that. And I should just break, actually. Otherwise, I'm needlessly going through all of them, which is silly. Okay, so I do want to handle the rare case that I did not find anything. I guess I'll just warn myself that that is the case. It did actually not not find what I want. Formation position is the name of the function. No card of that name found. We'll ignore because I don't have any other way to do anything else. I just won't find it, but I will warn about it. C name. Cool. Otherwise, I did find it. By default, I'm just returning this empty vector. So if I didn't find it, that's the thing. But if I did find it, I should do something about it. This vector will equal something. I promise. The way that I was thinking about it is this. In the engine, while I'm playing around with it, I can do this. And I know that as I lay cards on the table, these formation cursors get placed in place in the lane and attack order I want. For whatever index it is, which will translate into an actual card. Look, it did. It already did it. It knows its last stand. Oh, yes. Hey. I literally forgot to test and was just here anyway, but look at that. So even though this is way over here, it's nowhere near the next attack position or lane, it knows the index, it knows the actual card by name, and it's associating now with this second formation cursor, which is in fact in place. Yay. Okay, so we do these things, and the good is that we are getting these. And so even if I don't know, let's see. I want to see if I can reset this and still get accurate results. Coffee Badger. Coffee Badger is correct, right? This is the third one. Yeah, that is Coffee Badger. I can see it right there. Cool. These are silly names, are they not? So, cool. I am see this was the part that's missing. I can do this and get the numbers, but the numbers mean nothing as soon as I do this. However, I now have this data. It doesn't matter what these numbers are. I know I can go find the card by that name, and it knows it's 1 or 2 or 3, which refers to 1, 2, or 3, which are in fact in the right position, as long as I do one operation first. These formation cursors are sitting here in relation to the player hand while I do this. And then they need to be parented to and associated with the table. It's a separate object. It's this up here. So it needs to go from here to here. The reason is that's where those numbers get good. Okay. So I literally need to do, when I hit play, do play, before anything else happens, I need it to do this. Basically, do play is me committing to playing and going into battle, committing to the decisions about putting my formation on the table. So I need it to do that. What I just did is transfer the parenting over to here. Now these numbers are awesome. These are the numbers I want. These are the numbers that I'm going to get right here as long as I do this operation. When I say do play, good. I say good with a question because I better be just above this. Yeah, okay, good. Do play. Thank God. It all has to happen in some order. So literally saying like, yo, go grab the cards that are going to be played in battle. I really should be smarter about this. I think I could grab the formation at the same time. So I'm going to have to disentangle this after I do this. But for right now, and actually this is going to be fine. I can go ahead and clear that because all I need is the name now. So I say do play. I go ask these formation cursors, which ones did you play? And that's already happening. And then down here, when I need it, I'm going to do it for player 1, but right now I'm doing it for player 2. I'm going to say, give me the formation position of each card as I go through them. I'm giving you the name. You're giving me the local position, which I just got because I parented these, which I just got. So I got to do it somewhere up here. Might as well do it here. Is there any reason not to transfer that over at this point? Let me see actually what's going on. So I do this, do play. That's going to look awesome. And I'm going to go through a battle. Yeah, actually, those have to go away. It's important, right? I mean, I don't mind that they're sitting there now. I won't mind that they're sitting there for a while. But I am going to have to put them back here again. I'm going to have to reset them. The script uses them in relation to this object again next. I'm pretty sure it's going to error out right now because it's looking for these things. It's either going to give me an error or it's going to just throw these in a really bizarre position right now. So here we are in another round, and it's assuming these things already exist over here. In fact, I kind of just want to test putting them back. You know, they've done their job. They gave us the position. Oh, in player hand. Okay, and now I do round again. There's 4. Oh, it completely remade them, if I remember correctly. It completely remade these. Let me just test them one more time. Blah, 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 yada, yada. Actually, I do need to set these on the table now because I'm locked into it. I need to actually do this. But I'm going to manually do this again. And I'm just going to ignore that. After that, I'm going to play. It's going to do its thing. I'm going to ignore these now and see what happens. I have a feeling new ones are going to appear here because that's what they're designed to do. Oh, it might even erase these. Is that true? Well, that's why we test, I suppose. Either way, I'm going to make sure it works by testing. Okay, so here we are at the end. And when I hit do round, I want to see what happens to these 3. I'm going to watch 4 pop up right here. These just stayed there because I don't have any way to know that they exist, I suppose. But they should disappear. They should literally disappear. I just deleted them. Yet, there's 4 more that are ready to go, so it's all good. I just have to handle them. I need to garbage collect. How do I put it? And again, this would be like this. I actually just want to check the console to make sure I'm not getting any errors while I do this, because I am performing exactly what I want, I think, exactly what I want my script to do. And if my script does that, I'm hoping, yeah, no errors. Nice. That's why you have a clean console so you can read stuff quickly. Good. So I need to parent these at the moment I say do play because I've committed to it. After that, at some point, I really should delete them. I suppose. I can detect when that is and go find them and get rid of them. Either way, I need to do this. I need to say, need another function, frankly. There are formation icons that need to move. Oh, these are terrible names, but I need to place the formation on the table, meaning all those formation cursors need to go on the table right now, which is to say, please reparent them. All of them. What is that? I would like formation cursors. And as I go through each one of them, these are game objects, so this is straightforward actually. Do I know what I'm parenting it to? It's this. Oh, it's this game object this script is on, conveniently enough. Wait, is that right? Sanity check. Is it going to be that simple? 2 hours in. That simple. This. And do play. Can I just force this to happen because I just want to see it happen? Oh, I think that's right. So I'm trying to shortcut the test and then I get crappy results and can't tell if that's true. So I need to do the test properly. Okay. This is what I meant to do. 1, 2, 3. What's good is this script will also have access to those formation cursors directly. 1, 2, 3, in that order. Perfect. So yes, it is that. Oh, this is fantastic. This needs to say, please, formation cursor. You are a game object already, are you not? You are. So let me access your transform parent and make it equal to this game object transform. A parent is a variable looking at every object has a transform component. Interestingly, the way that this parenting hierarchy happens is this transform component has a hidden variable called parent that is looking for another transform component. In this case, this one has this transform component as the parent. All objects can only have one parent. Interestingly, that means that there could be many children. There will always be just one parent for any given thing. So it doesn't matter how complex the hierarchy is, that it is true, and it's just a simple way of saying, cool, reparent this onto this game object. This will make the local transform change. What do I mean? Well, these numbers here, the transform, but the position will change as I do this. I have the formation cursor, and it's in this position here that looks really odd when I do this. Look at all these crazy numbers, right? Look at these crazy numbers for the XYZ position, yeah? Check it out. When I do this, those numbers got real simple. And in fact, that's what I was so pleased with. Those are the numbers I want. I'm going to ask for exactly these local position numbers. And that happens because I transferred the parenting. So this is all coming for free. Place formation on table is all the formation cursors, reparented, done. So this is all I need. It is a public function too, because I need to call it from here. Hey, Flipper, place the formation on the table, please. I need to just sanity check. There's no reason not to do that thing. I mean, this is a commit to the formation. You are playing the cards. Literally, the cards to play is being cleared immediately after the transfer. So yeah, you're committed. There's no reason not to. Now I can say, Yahoo, give me the position of that card. So here I am going through all the cards that I'm playing, and I know the name of the card. Give you the card exactly. Because I'm actually spawning one anyway. I'm spawning an extra one, as a matter of fact. But I'm positioning it as this garbage is, but I'm saying, no, 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 no. Give me a proper local position. I do wonder how close these numbers are, but I think it's right. I kind of just need to test it. I really do. In fact, instead of saying this, I'm just going to say pose. Because literally the next line is this. So I'm actually nerfing all the code I do to pose up here. All of this is nerfed because I just rewrite it. But yeah, Visual Studio in my way. So go find this card. Go find it in the array that I keep right here. Go find that card by name. Go find it. Doesn't matter what order I placed it in, doesn't matter anything. Just go find it so I know what this array doesn't even matter anymore because this directly applies to this. In fact, I'm going to do play and watch these pop up there. Boom. There they go. Cool. All right, then. Oh, what happened? Oh, I said, give me the position. So I actually invoked this. Like I said, I nerfed all that stuff. So this is now in place. But I actually said 0. I haven't done anything with this, so it's actually 0. I haven't done anything with it yet. So all those cards that are on the table for player 2, they're all sitting in the wrong place. That's interesting. Why does it seem like there's only... Oh, here we are. Okay, they're there. Yeah, they're all at 0. Yeah, totally. 0. When they should actually be in numbers kind of like this, but in positive x. Okay. So it's definitely looking good. And these are the numbers. I'm ignoring Z. So Rock King is this one. And if I look at the Rock King card, which is here, and set it, I think, 5. Is this right? Ooh. Oh, oh, that looks so good. I just want it to work, and I'm thinking it might work. So this one, is it actually 3.5 in Y? This is Fire Wasp. Did I say 3.5 in Y? Yes, I did. Oh, and then it is. So I'm just manually doing it. So I'm going to do this in my code. 6.5. Oh, that is so good. Okay. It's really good because I'm going to get past this step and I don't have to think about it anymore. I'm just putting it out there. 3.5, negative 3.5. Yep. That's going to give me the proper formation. Heck yeah. So this is going to do it. I'm going to leave that in. I'm going to continue to let this be nerfed. All these lines above here are going to be absolutely nerfed because this just overwrites the position that I immediately set. I'm going to clean all that up in 2 seconds. This needs those numbers. Now that I've done this, hey, give me, let's see, I need an index. I have a card, and actually I'm certain it's going to be found. So this is going to be very rare if it's not found. So I found which index here of the cards I have played on the table. Cool. And that is like, 0, 1, or 2, because there's only 3 cards I played on the table. This sounds about right. And therefore, this is also the index of formation cursors. It is the same index. It is the same index. It's not -1 because that's invalid, but it's this. And it is a game object already. Don't need to ask for game object. I am asking for its transform local, not local Euler angles, local position, please. I literally want X and Y. I don't need Z, actually. I don't want Z. But I want X and Y. And I need to set it to this value. Hi. X equals Y equals. So I have a zeroed out vector, but I am going to set its X and Y before I return it as long as I found it. Based on the local position, which is the numbers, oh, it's almost going to do this, Y. Based on the local position, those are the numbers I was looking at. I think this is correct. Should we test? I did play some Valorant earlier and was so frustrated with the ping I was getting and the players I was playing against, and I could not help it. I was just like, man, I can't wait till I'm just making my game. No joke. This is far more interesting to me. Oh, yay. You know how I've been doing the angled echelon this way the whole time? And now it does it the other way. So we got your custom formation. And before I proceed and watch it stumble and fall and go into a ditch because I know the next thing that's going to happen. I'm going to do another completely crazy custom one. Let's see, top one up front, this one at the back, this one in the middle. Cool. War Unicorn, Flying Shark, Angle Deflectors, go. Okay, and I do need to get rid of those formation cursors pretty much now. I think I could do it now. I kind of like that they're there, but I'm just being silly. So now you understand the part that's going to mess up. It is saying give me War Unicorn first, literally because this is because I placed Unicorn first. If I placed War Unicorn first, but it was back here, it would still do this, which wouldn't make any sense. This is the part that's, yeah, see, like this. This is going to be confusing for a while because it's not actually taking into account the proximity of these cards like you would in battle, right? Yeah, there's a couple of things I need to do. I need to allow this to continue on past the line if there's nothing touching it. I need to account for proximity of stuff, blah, 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 blah. So I need to get rid of those cursors well before then. I think I got to get rid of them as soon as I flip the table. That's what I got to do. Yeah, there's going to be more cursors. More cursors. It's doing 4 lanes, evenly spaced. And it shouldn't do them in the same attack orders. This is all wrong. So there's more to do. I want to clear the cursors. That'll make it visually look better. I need to say, I think the very next thing I need to do is allow advancing cards to keep advancing until they've actually been turned over because they ran into the card from the opponent in the same lane. That could be over here. It could be on this side of the line. It could be right in the middle. But I need it to be a proximity thing. And so in other words, I'm going to untangle some test code that I had earlier on in my battle while I was testing combat and battle. Let me see if I can just clean up those cursors first because I don't want to come back and think about that. So here are these cursors. I do need them here while I'm doing this. Kind of made sense, actually. And now I say do play. I actually want these cards to lay down, like I said, but for now, I'll keep the cursors there until we get there. When these cards appear, which actually is here, they've been spawned and placed. That's exactly what this is. Wait. Hold on. I may have just lied. No, here's where that happens. Hide card false. I think this is the only place I really need to care about that. Yeah. This is literally the first thing that happens on every frame. It allows the camera to zoom in and out based on some target size it's supposed to get to. And once it gets there, one of the things I said go do is show the cards, which is why they seem to pop on. But I would like to go ask Flipper. It's the other script. Can you go hide the cursors? There's no such function. So it's like, what? But I will do this. Again, public because I do need it to be accessed by the other script. Why? Because I'm coordinating between two scripts. One is meant to handle stuff on the table. The other one's meant to handle the battle. And they clearly need to communicate. Now they are communicating. This should be... Did I spell it correctly? Oh, I didn't save. Hide cursors. Hide cursors. Did not spell it correctly. Okay. So as I show the cards, I'm saying please hide the cursors, and no big deal. This is effectively it. I'm not just hiding them, I'm actually removing them. I'm actually going to say get rid of them. Yep, I paused for a second because I'm like, are there any other cursors at that time? And the answer is no. I don't make new cursors until the next round. This is good. And I'm literally saying destroy because I don't care. They will never be used. I will make new ones. Let's test that. What I expect is we will see what we've seen, except the magic of... Oops. Apparently I do this zooming thing more than once. So here I am creating cursors and delete. So apparently there was also a... So this is not a good place to ask for that. Oh, I'm saying hide cursor. First of all, I'm saying it every time I look at each card. It's not right. Oh. It's zoomed in card view. That's the top-down 2D view. Show the play cards. Play cards being the ones that are on the table. I made a wild assumption that if there are any card referencers, it's because I have laid them on the table, but that's not exactly true. Ah, this could be causing another problem. There are actually cards that are in different places other than on the table. These are actual cards. They're sitting here in my hand. These are also cards. They also have this card referencer. So this is pretty sloppy. It's not a good way to say, show me the cards that are actually on the table. I should actually be going through this. I should. So effect. I'm reluctant to change this now, but I do want to review later and say, show only cards parented under, what's it called? Play field? Play field. I want to review that because I think that's true. I'm not going to take the time right now because I'm literally just going to fix this one small thing and be done for the stream. What I think though is if I have found cards, actually, yeah, can I play through this now? This is hold on, stop. I messed something up. make sure I've saved. Okay. Ground. Okay. Playfield. Yes. So these are the cards that I want to show, right? They've been created. You saw them there before they appeared here in the view, but that's because there's this hide card thing. These have actually, this has actually just been turned off. That's what that is. So I'm not even using the hide card mechanism here at all. So it's safe to say I only care about the ones that were hidden. Okay, got it. This might just be literally that. I'm not even gonna toggle, I'm just gonna do that. Okay, fine. But based on if I do find any cards like that, yeah, actually this is what I want to do. This is too much. this one is a little silly. I'm making a variable. Visual Studio trying to help too much. I'm making a variable literally to flip on if I found one. Because I'm saying if I found a bunch of cards but they weren't hidden, then I don't care. I don't want to do this next operation, but if I did find some that were hidden, that means they were cards on the table that are about to turn on. Therefore, please then hide cursors. Let's see if that works better. What I'm looking for is it not hiding the cursors immediately, because it spawned them. I saw them here and then they're gone. They're there, they're there, they're there, and they stay there. Okay, good. So I just had to fix that little thing. And now what I'm hoping is as I do this, cursors are destroyed. Yes, good. Excellent. Cool. Is this literally working now? Like, do I actually have formation? Custom formation. I mean, at least as I lay them on the table, right? It was, you know, this, this, and this. Well, I want to do something totally different. I'm going to do that. Do this. Because I want custom. And it says, your wish is my command. Yay. All right, then. I am going to say that's a good place to stop, even though the rest of this starts to show off the garbage that needs to be fixed next. We have temporary code that is still in place and therefore is not faithfully responding to the formation we put in here. But we will do that next. This is garbage. But it will instead put cards, when cards run into each other, that's when they will flip over. Right now it's doing it confusing because it's whatever order I laid the cards on the table, which is completely arbitrary. So of course it's weird. That's fine. But what we look for, I mean, here's the thing. You're making a game, and it takes a long time. Yeah, okay, fine. But it doesn't look like the game you're making until the very, very, very end. It really doesn't. Until that point, yeah, it doesn't look like the game you're making. What, in a little bit? No. In so many different crazy ways, it's sad. Like it really looks like garbage for 95% of the time you're working on it. Then the last 5%, hey, it starts to come together, and the last 1%, you're like, damn! And then you ship it. That's oh, this is funny. What's going on here? I think I hit buttons in the wrong place. Oh, this is leading me to see another thing I'm gonna have to do soon. See how I can just press a button and I start to get errors? It's because while before I had data set up and in place, I now potentially have no data that is correct. These -1s are terrible. These blank cards are terrible. I actually need to disable this do play button because that's the problem. I'm hitting the button at the wrong time. I used to be able to just hit this button. That's why I'm like reflexively doing it. But I need to hide or disable that button until these are filled and valid. Until these are filled and valid. This is the script that actually runs those buttons. Do I have access to that data? No. I actually don't know from this script exactly that this script has everything set up yet. So I need this script to talk to that one every frame. Oh, that's ugly as sin. Can I not do that? Yuck. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something else. And I'm going to do it right now because I can see having this little checkbox available all the time is fine if I know what I'm doing. But if I'm just being lazy, I could mess it up, and I'm going to fix that. I'm going to make it so I can't mess it up. There's do play right there. This button is being made. Ooh, I could hide the button. Basically, this draws it and asks if I'm pressing it. But I could skip this. I think this can do it. I need to know, well, I actually need to look through that data. I need to look through this data right here and make sure it's not -1s. It cannot have any -1s. So I actually need to make another function. This is super messy. It's even made more messy by the idea that I might call this every frame. Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. That's ridiculous. I'll put a timer on it, which sounds like more data and more code, but at least it won't nerf my system. I mean, it's just academically inefficient, but I can't do that. So I'm going to ask, is play valid? I'm actually just saying, give me a yes or no. Go look at a variable and return the value yes or no. Return this value. I'm going to say it's not valid until it is, or actually I'm going to say it is valid unless I find a -1, because I have no idea what numbers are going to be here, except -1 I know is wrong. So play, what is these? What's this called? Cards played. And I'm going to look through a series. If you're wondering how I'm typing quickly, it's Visual Studio is anticipating the code that I'm trying to write based on, well, its own code, frankly. It's looking through what I've written so far, and it's taken a pretty good guess as to what I'm going to write. It's actually pretty accurate. I like it. But sometimes it's not, and so sometimes I can just hit tab and let it complete the line, which makes it fast. And sometimes it's totally wrong, and if I'm not paying attention, I start implementing bad code. So I don't want to sleep on that. Okay, so it is valid until it is not. If it is not valid, is play valid false if it finds any of these to be -1. Correct. It's this array here, which starts out negative and is filled in when I put cards on the table. And I just need to make sure there's no -1s, right? This means I have actually placed 3 cards on the table. Is there any way to nerf that? No, because it sets it back to -1. Okay, good. Good. All right. Cool. As long as it's not -1, it is valid. Good deal. So that is a good function to call. Oh man, I really don't want to call this every frame. I'm going to call this every frame, but I just can't stand it. I'm not going to do that for very long. I need to do something else. In fact, I need to say, fix me. No. Not every frame. I mean, please. Right. It's just no. Absolutely not. I need to just verify this works first, but I might have to end stream because it's well over time, but yeah. I here's the test. This play button's gonna go away. Yeah. And it's only gonna come back if I actually place 3 cards. Oh yeah. Now it's ready. So I can't mess that up now. I'll bet I could mess up other things, but that was important because it was causing errors, and now there's no way for me to cause that error. There's probably other things, but I can't cause that error. That's something good to fix. But I can't call this every frame. That's silly. It's calling it now. It's calling it right now. It's so silly. I can't do that. Yeah, no. I'll bet there's another way to do this. This is the combat script. This is this thing. And I'll bet there's another way to do that where I am remembering the checkbox over here that, yep, it's valid, and I can set it yes or no, and I can do that from here. Okay. Yeah. Let me just note that because T plays the short name for that other script. Or sorry. From Clipper. There you go. This is just a note to myself saying, like, you know what? The data's over here, and this script will know when I've placed cards or reset a card back in my hand. In other words, where is that? Well, there's a place that I do this. Formation position. Yeah, I thought it was right here. It's way down here. Right. This. When I reset it or when I set it, I should be able to say, yeah, we are not okay. Or at least we are probably definitely not okay. Probably definitely. We should check if we are valid here, and we should check if we are valid here. We don't need to do it every frame. We can do it only on these rare events, this step right here, and the rest of the time it can be silent and still and calm and not worry about it. But I can check those 2 times. And I'm going to do this right now before I, because I'm going to go away for a few hours or tomorrow, and I'm just going to forget all about it. So let me just do this. Yeah. I'm looking for cards ready to play. I guess this is a private variable, but it has to do with this group here. Can I find a happy medium? It's after shuffle, it's battle, it's something. You know what? I'll just put it here. It's fine. Ready to play. And not private, but private. This is literally going to take the place of me checking every single frame. I don't need to do that. I can just use this. Hello. Where's that button? To play. So instead of this, I'm going to say ready to play. If ready to play, then show the button. Yes. I'm just going to fix this now. It's kind of ridiculous. And, oh, by the way, that shouldn't be a private variable. It should be public so that I can actually set it from the other script. Otherwise, I need to make a function. It's not terrible to make a function, but what the heck, since I thought it should be up here anyway. Make it public. This, interestingly, is a variable that sits next to one that I've been using to manually run the game. I've been manually running the game here by clicking this checkbox, do play. Well, now I've got this checkbox I am meant to never actually manually touch. In other words, I'm definitely graduating away from manipulating the game in the engine to manipulating the game through the interface exclusively. I'm halfway there, which means it's super messy. Yeah. Okay, so that means I want to say right here, hey, T-Play, you're the other script. You've got this ready to play. See, it knows exactly what I want. Ready to play? Yeah. Let's make that equal to the return of is play valid. Well, because I've already done this thing, I'm just not going to call it every frame. That's ridiculous. That's redonkulous. That's silly. That's silly. I know that it's possible this could be ready to play. And I know it's possible. I know it's it's definitely ready to be unvalid or whatever. I should either allow this or disallow this now. I set this value, which is going to control it, but I don't have to do it every frame, just on these 2 events. Long story short, it should act the same, but my soul would be soothed because I'm not. Oh, I should set it to true to begin with, just for laughs. Oh, should I? That's a good question. Huh. I mean, I'm just missing the button because I got used to it, but I can't do battle anyway, so maybe I should do the same with battle. do round is the only thing I can do. Well, that actually makes sense. That's what the game is supposed to do. And as soon as I put 3 down, and if I take it up, I can. If I take it away, I can't. Right. I need to actually get the dragging up off of the thing in place because I don't have a way to grab the thing and drag it back down into my hand. That would be nice. I don't have that mechanism yet. So I can't just click and drag this down. It's not a thing. But I can click on it and cause an issue, which gets it to come back. Yeah, I think I drag a different card over it and back, which causes it to reset that one. It's an odd mechanism, but it does work. And it does prove this out. Nice. Cool. So now I can actually play, and I can't mess that up, and I should really do the same thing with Do Battle, but not now. Whew. In other words, remember what I said just a second ago about how it looks like crap for 95% of the time, and then it starts to look great towards the very end? This is a corollary to that, in that it will, I mean, it could even look worse. It's definitely looking worse now, but it's okay. I mean, it's fine. I understand why it looks the way it does. More importantly, I can see through the issues that I know aren't implemented yet, or the problems I need to fix next. I'll see through those, and I see our game coming together step by step. What we did today was an extension of this view, being able to inspect our cards and say, yeah, I like this one, and I like that one. Oh, these are terrible. That's a good one. Actually, yeah, let's play this game for a second. That's okay. The power is stupid. This is great. That's terrible. No. Oof. Okay, I have to play 3 cards. Definitely playing that one. In fact, I might play that one first because its health is good. Yes. I'll play this one first, actually. But I'm going to do it in odd orders. Okay. So this one will turn over first, this one will turn over second. Not because it's in the attack order, but because it's the order that I place them. I'm literally going to put another one down that will turn over third, but I'll put it in the back just to prove the point. I want one with good luck, I guess. Oh, that was actually not bad. And a high speed, but absolutely no health. What is that garbage? See, we really got to fix the idea of the random numbers. So I'll put it in the back, but it will turn over third. And then, just do it. Cool. We did custom formations. Awesome. Does it obey custom formations when we go to battle? No, not quite. I mean, this is cheating because the first card I put down is the first card that reached the line. But it's going to mess up next, actually, because this is the card that's going to turn over, which is incorrect. It's all right. It's okay. I also want to see this card continue on when it hasn't yet reached its opponent. That doesn't happen because it's hard-coded to just come up to this line. It's okay. But having custom formations has been in the works for a while, and it had to do with that whole interface that we've been working on for so long. Seems like a week or 2 we've been doing this interface. And it's good because we now actually have 5 lanes, 5 attack positions. It's fun. I think we're getting to a point where we're going to start to be able to see the coolness and the idea of custom formations, just like a general in battle. But, hello, Cougar Gun. Just gonna go with you. Generals sending their troops into battle in a particular formation against another formation. And that formation matters. The card choice matters. The lane they're in, the attack order, those things matter. That's going to be a critical part to a card game like this, feeling like battle. I mean, we are literally taking the physical positions of things as they meet on the field of battle. So yeah, formation actually should make sense in this way. Hey, we're in overtime. Can we win? Let's win. We lost. Oh well. Oh well. Can't win them all. Unless you make the game, then you win all the time. Okay, so we have played around with our card battle game, and I'm feeling good. We did get further. The positions was a big deal. Getting the cards to flip over at the right time is next, and I think I don't think there's anything standing between us doing that next time, which means tomorrow. Hey, so with that, I think that's well, I think it's darn good. Don't you think that's good? I think it's good. I think it's awesome. Hey, I think you're awesome. Um, I am going to try and stick to the schedule, which means, oh, I think 18 hours from now, I will stream again, and we'll pick it up. We'll do more of this. It's going to be awesome. I'm feeling good. Um, I have other streamers to watch, frankly. I'm addicted to other streamers. I'm going to go watch those other streamers. All have fun. I'll see you soon. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, please come by, follow on Twitch, and follow us, and join when we go live. You see the schedule here. All right. See you then.